Hi, boys and girls, lads and lasses, men and women, and the non-binaries, the ones that don't know who they are yet. Anyway, welcome to the channel. Either way, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Got a good one for you today. It's in the Nergal on highway, so without further ado, let's dive into it, and I think you'll like this one. Howdy folks, how you all doing? Costa6 here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Okay, for today's gameplay, I'm just giving you a replay that I played on highway in the Nergal tank, the tier 8 heavy thing that you got in the Babylon project. And I've been playing this tank quite a bit, so I just thought I'd bring you some gameplay footage with it. Now, the thing with this tank is, in a tier 8 lineup, like we are here, it's very, very good. And it can be good in tier 9s too, don't get me wrong, and you can not hold your own in tier 10s, but you can you can do okay. But the thing is on the front of the tank, the two main track wheels, they're like a little shield armor type bit, so if you kind of angle your armor a little bit, so if it's your wheel that's poking out, they'll shoot your wheel, but they can't really do damage to you. And you'll see me employing this in this game, and it works a treat. It really does. And does it make this tank special? I wouldn't say it's a super fantastic tank. I wouldn't say that at all. I would definitely say it's an okay tank. It can hold its own in the right circumstances. Is it enjoyable to play? Yeah, it is actually. I know it's slow. I mean, look how slow it is. It's like as slow as molasses. But that's not too bad actually. I've got to be honest with you. It's you know, I always run it with the hardener, the rammer, and the turbo. The bounty turbo, I might add, just to give it that little extra boost. Not that it looks like it's doing much here, but this turned out to be a pretty decent game for me. And I've just kind of been playing around with this tank and just to see, you know, trying to master the technique of it, because it's a tank that we're not really used to. And you've got things like the Churchill. I think, was it the Churchill 7? Is that the one where I think it's the wheel hub kind of sticks out a little bit, but not as much as this, as a tier 8. And it's pretty decent actually. If you watch, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm just waiting for him to come past, because they always come past that little gap, don't they, most of the time. And it's strange because I've not really played. There we go, there's the first one, the Tiger P. But if you watch, look, I'm going to poke my track out, let him get a shot at my track. Do you see what I mean? You don't take any damage. And it's good for ramming as well, this tank. It's really good for ramming. And if you've got this tank and you're struggling to play with it, just keep in the back of your head. Oh, you just walk straight into that one. Just keep in the back of your head. Just try and angle your tank either left or right a little bit, so that your track wheel is going out before anything. And then let them shoot at your tracks, and you won't take any damage. And then you can kind of poke out and get a shot in at them. And that's what I found works with this tank. Not all the time, especially if you're up in tier 10s, or somebody who's quite savvy, and they're going to wait and think, well, I'm not going to shoot the track wheel because I know I can't do any damage to that. But what I can do is just wait for him to make the mistake. And, you know, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But as long as you're aware of that, you should do okay. It's not too bad at side scraping if you get it just at the right angle. It's pretty decent at side scraping. But yeah, so the side cheeks on this thing are really vulnerable. So you've got to keep that in mind when you're playing with this tank. And I know that the top portion of the tank is heavily armoured. Well, for a tier 8 it is anyway. it's not too bad. But I don't know. This tank's kind of grew on me, and I actually quite like playing it, to be quite honest. Yeah, it's not bad. As a heavy tank, tier 8, preemie, bear in mind it's a freebie, it's actually not too bad, considering it's free. I mean, what do you want? I mean, Boy's a nice shot there for the AMX. But, yeah, so I think the key to this tank... Now, don't take this as gospel, because I'm no unicum. I'm just your average Joe hacker. Not hacker, as in hacking. I mean, just hacking my way around the map. God, I wish. I would be an ethical hacker, you see, because I can't stand these people that rip people off for money. And I hope Wargaming are listening to this, I really do. But I can't stand people that just rip people off for money. But your ethical hackers, they're the ones that kind of pen test systems, and then they'll contact whoever it is and say, look, you've got vulnerabilities here and here. I was able to get into your system, get them sorted, and this is how you need to sort them. And they haven't done any damage, they haven't taken any information and all this kind of stuff. So I don't have an issue with that personally. I really don't have an issue with that. But I like this tank for the sake that, yes, it's slow moving and all that. So I guess some people could say, well, it gives you a little bit more time to try and decide where you're going to on the map. Whereas if you're in a fast moving medium or light, it's kind of, you're running around like a headless chicken most of the time, and you're trying to work out, you know, am I in the right place? And before you know it, you're there, and then there's 4 or 5 guns pointing at you. It's Chieftain T95. I've been playing this tank, the Chieftain T95, and I'm kind of on the fence with it, to be quite honest. It's okay. It's not the greatest of tanks, but my experience with it is it's been all right. It's not too bad. But I'm really starting to get to like this Nergal. And my first few games in it, I was thinking, oh, well, it's a free tank. I mean, you know, what do you expect? But actually, it's not too shabby. It's all right, actually. It's not too bad. If they could just do anything to it, I would say probably just give it a little boost in speed. Not by much. Just a little boost in speed, I think, would do the trick with this tank. But that all said and done, I think it's a pretty decent tank, actually. And I know a lot of people are going to put it down because it's a freebie, your unicums, saying, well, it's just an average tank, or it's below average, or whatever. For us, everyday regular players that just want to go in and blow shit up, it's all right, actually. It does the job. It'll bounce a few shots. If you play it properly, as I say, with the front wheel, you'll bounce a lot more shots than you actually anticipate, to be quite honest. Now, I know that T-44's down there, and I'm just trying to work out where he is. So if you watch what I do here, look, watch. See how I'm just putting my wheel out? I'm just trying to see if he's going to take a shot at my wheel. And invariably, and I notice that they're coming in on our base now, so I'm thinking, well, I need to go back and start defending Cap, possibly. So, either that T-44's moved, or he's behind that building. Over the other side of that building, and that's the reason why. See if I get spotted. Didn't get spotted. So there's only 3 of us left. Well, we've got 4 kills. We've got 1,600 damage so far, so not the greatest, is it? A lot of them have just been jackfishes. And what I mean by jackfishes is like other people have damaged them and you've kind of gone in to take them out. There's the T-44 there, making his way towards our base. The accuracy on the cannon on this tank is pretty decent. It's out of about 10 shots, you're looking at about at least, I would say probably 7 to 8 of them are going to land on target. So that gives me a good vibe about the tank, you know, that because it's so frustrating, isn't it? It's really frustrating when you're playing the game and you're firing shots and it's going left, it's going right, it's going above them, it's landing in the dirt in front of them. And I find that really frustrating, and it's called RNG. But I'm finding with this tank, and this is what surprised me because it's a free tank. Wargaming have given this for free just for grinding out. Alright, it's not an easy grind, trust me. And if you're 3/4 of the way through it or halfway through it, then, you know, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But not generally, tier 6s, unless you show them weak spots, generally can't really pen you. Now, watch this. That's probably one of the only shots that I'm going to miss in this game. So that's what I'm talking about is, yes, you will miss shots, but not many really, to be quite honest. Not many at all. I'm aware of that Cheeto SP behind me. He's getting 3 shots in at me at the moment. Thankfully, he didn't pen the first shot he took at me. So there's just 2 of us left now. So it's kind of decision time, isn't it? Of thinking, well, he's getting 3 shots in at me. They're in front of me. What do you do? What would you do in this situation? Huh? But, you know, I think it's time. See, like, again, another bounce. It's times like this, and of course, artillery sat at the back of the map. You know, getting 3 shots on everybody. Which, well, I know my thoughts on it, and I'm sure you got thoughts on artillery too. But they're part of the game, and they're not going to change it anytime soon, but it is what it is. Now, I didn't pen him that time, which was probably just a poor shot on my side, but another bounce. So we've blocked nearly 2,000. Don't try ramming me. That's a big mistake you're making. And when they're ramming, the mistake I made there, I was facing him front on. What you should do is try and angle so that one of your track wheels hits him first, not head on. Because that will make a world of difference. Got him out of the way, so we've got this one up. It's decision time, isn't it? Because I've got the T-44 and the Churchill 7 moving in on me. And I'm, you know, it's just a case of, well, who do you shoot first? They're coming from both sides of me. And I was kind of thinking to myself, if I can take him out, then I can turn to face these 2, because they're pretty much one-shots. But I'm just getting hit all over the place now. And I think it's pretty much about it. I'm on fire. That's me done. But anyway, we didn't do too bad. Nearly 4,500 damage with 5 kills. But let's go on to the post-game stats and see how we did. We didn't do too bad. And again, another good thing with this tank is it does make silver. If you have an okayish game, you'll make a bit of silver. And if you have a pretty decent game, it'll make you quite a considerable amount of silver. And that's what I like about it. We've got a Master Badge Class 1, which wasn't too bad. Obviously, we were number 1 with 4,500 damage. 21 shots fired, 18 hits, 15 pens. Now, that speaks volumes to me. 18 shots and 15 pens. That's, out of 21 shots fired, 18 of them hit the target. And that's what I'm saying about the accuracy of this cannon. It's pretty decent, to be quite honest. So, yeah, not too bad. We made 108,864 credits. Yeah. I mean, what is there not to like about that? You know, so if you get this tank, I think you'd be pretty pleased with it. The only thing to me that lets it down a little bit is just the speed. But you're going to put the hardener, the rammer, and the turbo on it anyway. And if you've got the good stuff, I would put that on it, personally. The bounty equipment, definitely I would put on it, without a doubt. Made 25 bonds out of it. Overall, 4,282 XP. Yeah, you know, what is there not to like about that? You know, base XP of 876. Yeah. But anyway, leave in the comments what you think of this tank if you've already got it and how you play it and whether you think it's good or bad or indifferent or whether it's something that's just going to sit in the back of your garage collecting dust. I'd be interested to know. But for me, I quite like this tank. I've got to be honest. It's kind of up my street for playing. And as I said, I've played in some tier 9s and 10 matches in this tank. And it's kind of held its own. How long that lasts for, I don't know. But so far, I'm quite pleased with it. And if I go into and show you where my the other games that I've played, and you can see like I've played quite a few games, I'm averaging about 1,800, between 1,500 and 1,800 damage. You know, so look, they're not too. And I've just kind of picked one of the games that I thought was quite decent, but they were all not too bad games. I think I've had 1 or 2 crappy games in it, but other than that, I can't grumble about it. So, thank you, Wargaming. Thank you very much. But anyway, guys, I'll catch you all in the next one. Please do me a huge favour and hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot. And if you leave some comments, that would be really, really good too. But till then, take care, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.